Hi everyone, Mr. D at you back here at you again with this week's Wellness Journey episode. We're on another week. I don't know what my weigh-in's going to be yet this week, but that's on a couple days because I do my recordings over the weekend. So if you're watching from my e-blast or you linked it from my e-blast, just be aware that I don't know what my weigh-in is, so I will put that. Hopefully it's better this week. I'm hoping to get back on track. I was a little off over the last few days, and not being aware of what I was eating, I was not taking care of myself in the way I should have. Um, we did try to take advantage of the nice weather when we could and walk when we could. However, the weather is starting to get humid early, and there's been other commitments arising that prevent from early morning walkings. I've been out more, doing more things. I've been working, but I did take some time for self-care this week, and I plan to take some additional time for self-care this week in order to take care of myself properly and be the best I can be. However, so I'm trying to work better on my weight and trying to get better um, back down to where I was at my lowest when we were off, and I'm hoping that to be more wise about my food choices over the weekend, and hopefully have a very awesome weigh in if I can. Right now, I'm about where I would say where I left off, or a little less than where I left off a few weeks ago. So hopefully, trying to get back on track. Hopefully, within the next few days. Trying to be more conscious of what I do. Start measuring out my food. Start being more accountable to what I'm putting in my menu because I was not for the last few days. And again, that's why it's important to be accountable, why it's important to be well and taking care of yourself. Because when you're well and taking care of yourself, and I just don't mean just in food relationships or and food but as well as not just in that, but that too. It's important to be aware of what's the triggers, what's the issues, why are you not taking care of your food, why are you not measuring your food, um, what is keeping you from eating wise? What is keeping you from being your optimum true wellness self? And for me, that could be many things. Um, Not following a proper medication regimen, getting off and on all the time, and I'm realizing I need to stay on. I'm hoping to have a goal of doing getting back on, staying on for a while, and I have been good, but there are times you don't want to do it, or you get distracted, or you feel that you just can't do it for one reason or another because you want to take care of yourself. And as an autistic person, and I'm openly autistic, you want to just stay away from it, but it's hurting you and you're going to go through the motions. So it's going to be detrimental because you're not going to want to eat, or you don't, you buy foods at the store that in that process that are triggering. So you buy things that are just so triggering to yourself that they're not healthy for you. You're not, you're gonna binge eat them, and that was where I was this past week. There was a few foods that I bought. I went shopping, and one of the things I've always been taught is never to go shopping hungry, and I did that. And as such, I bought things that because they were on sale or because they looked good, um, I bought them and I ate them. And I ate them so fast that I didn't even have time to enjoy them in the proper way. I just sat on the couch and ate because I was bored and I couldn't refocus my energy, or I shouldn't say refocus my energy because I was in a better place, but I was just, I think I was just, if it was not in my energy, it was having that energy, but not, but channeling trying to be pleasured in a way that could be easy and could make me feel good about the stress or the energy that I had been through. And, I have to realize that I just have to realize I cannot have that in this habitat, in this environment, because it's not helpful to me to have those things or have them in excess. But I did have them in excess for a long time, and it's just like not buying the things that you know you need to eat and you need to be healthy with, and that are helpful to you maintaining your optimum wellness or taking care of yourself. You just choose. It's a choice that you make. As much as anything is a choice that you make. Everything is a choice that you make. The choice to be negative. If you choose that negativity, or you don't want to work at staying away from it, or if it can't be avoided, you do something about it. Likewise, same with the food. If you choose to eat that unhealthy food, or that food that is very challenging for you to manage or to control in your body, so that it's not, if it's hard for you to control, when to say stop with that food, then you need to just let it go and realize that it's a trigger for you. Yes, you can have it on special occasions where it can be in the public eye and be controlled, or where people want where you don't believe that people will judge you for eating that food. But to have it in a personal view where you're the only one who's going to know what you consumed and what you had, um, that's gonna hurt you, and you're gonna have to realize, that you're gonna have to watch with that. And I think for me, that's what I have to do. I know I have to get back on track. I know I fell a little bit, but at least luckily I'm down, still down, but I'm not as down as where I was a few weeks ago. So maybe that needs to be, keeping in place with, keeping, back on being more accountable, being more being more sensible at the food choices that I make, planning, and I do have some days off, so I'm going to try to be more mindful of not being in commercial kitchens or commercial restaurants, so that I don't get triggered by the food. And it doesn't. But food is are just part of the relationship, and making sure that I get enough sleep, making sure that I'm drinking my water and not overloading on soda, as much as I have been. Granted, I've been on mostly diet, and I say mostly because there was a time when the machine at work was out of Diet Coke, so I automatically went for a Coke, and I know that's a bad habit. And luckily, it was only 140 calories. It was a 12-ounce can, but still, I feel guilty about it, and I had to regret it. But I needed the energy. I might not have been well at the moment. Might have had a lot of stress from a long work day, but we move on. We move on, and we're not perfect. No one's perfect. Um, we move on from our challenges that we face, and that's the thing this week. I'm going to move on. We have to realize what doesn't work for us, what we need to do. Hopefully, I got some good food to help, work being those inner workings and deciding what to cook today and what to eat. Hopefully, will help improve that process, and not relapsing, and trying to work on being better, because it's very important to be better and important to do the things that you want to do. And you have to want it, and I do want it. There's a part of me that still wants, just to be healthy and not have to carry all this extra weight. And I'm starting to see things like all these non-scale victories come up. I'm in the third belt loop of my my jeans, and my belt, the belt that I wear, and it's the size that it fits. It's a good size belt, and to realize to move to that third belt loop is a big step for me. And from when I started this journey, like even 4 or 5 weeks ago, I couldn't even get the belt on hardly, and now to say I can actually get the belt onto the third loop is definitely a statement. And realizing that the clothes that I'm wearing fit much better than what they did. And you're not, clothes that fit are very important, especially in, bigger males such as myself, where, sometimes we're judged for not not having clothes that fit or showing body parts that maybe we don't want others to see and or or others don't want to see. And it can be difficult, it can be a challenge. So those things, so those are some of the things that keep me driving. And maybe I do need to watch some YouTube this week, Topps webinars this weekend, so I'm definitely going to hook into that. And of course, those videos that they do share, the president and past president do share, are helps too. So with that keeping in mind, I will let you go. I'm not going to keep you too much longer on this journey, but I'm hoping to have a positive week, to work on taking care of myself better and moving on forward. All right. Well, thank you for listening, and be sure to everyone to have a good week. Drink your water and be wise. Have a good week now.